What's up everyone? I'm Sketchy Brett, and today I am going to do a different styled sketch. It's a lot more structured, not as loose as you're used to on this channel, and we're going to be using this as our reference image. Now remember that the full tutorial will be available on my Patreon. Please consider supporting me. It really helps the channel, or you could become a member of this channel and get the full version as well. Otherwise, please do enjoy this condensed version. So we're going to block in our big shapes. We've got this nice big square at the top here. And that comes all the way across. Now this is our first shape, and our first shape has defined the scale of our composition. The reason I didn't start with the roof in this case, whereas often I will, is because we've got such a perfect square that it makes everything else so much easier. So off of that we have this little awning, and you can see that I've adapted the style a little bit today because I want to just show you how you can change up your line work to create a different type of sketch. And that's also why we've gone for the thicker marker. So now we've got this little awning, and we know that the height of the top square is around about the same as the bottom. So we can mark that out either with our fingers, we can guess it. I like to trace the speed, that will come down, or if you're a little bit unsure, you can take another marker, lay it down, hold your finger to the top, bring it down. So there's a few different ways you can do that. For now, I'm just putting a dot there because there are a few things that we might want to work in, and we bring that across, and we literally are just lining up this line with our eye, coming across straight here. And this is going to give us our doorway opening. Okay, now let's go and look at this paneling down this side, because we don't have anything obstructing this side. So we know at about 1/3 of the way down from the top of the door, we get this paneling. So that comes to about there. So we can do a straight line down, and then all we have to do is step out ever so slightly and bring it down to the bottom. And then we can draw these panels in. Although I see here what I've missed is this one going across, which is fine. We can just add that in now. And here, this time, I can step one out. So that's just two different ways you can approach this paneling on the side here. Around about here, we go across and we draw our first stair. Come down, next one, and you'll notice you will start to see more of the top of the step as the perspective changes. So this line here that we're doing, this is the landing of each step, needs to get a little bit wider. Nice and tight there, a little bit wider, a little bit wider. And you'll see this next one even wider. Put a shadow line just by doing a second line like we did on this one. These ones don't really need it because you're looking at them more front on, but we can give it a slight one if we want. We've got this little sign on the side, so we draw that in, the little brackets. Now we can work on whatever's inside, but now where we must be careful inside is not to include everything, because otherwise it will become very distracting around our person. So we do want it, but we want to be careful not to overdo it with every detail. We've got this overhang, but now because the eye line is lower than the roof line, there's going to be, the edge of the roof is going to be visible on either side coming in at a diagonal. Now the best and easiest way to do that is to look at your horizontal. Now horizontal here is running just past this upright. So if we draw that in, now it's just a matter of having a look here, and we say, well, it's about here, we join it in, we transfer that across so that we're coming in at the same angle, and there we've got this nice little roof line. That goes up to a perfect little rectangle. We really want to simplify this, and it looks quite cool. We drop a shadow line underneath each one of these, and you can see just how easy it actually is if you just take the time to break it down into its simple shapes. Now we've got quite a heavy shadow line here. And again here. Now, in the middle of this square, it's just ever so slightly higher than center, so you can find center, and we can see that it's the same width as our internal door. So find the center here, and the edge of the door, center here, edge of the door. We go up, across and down, and then a little bit less across and down. Then it'll just be ever so slightly higher. Put in our windowsill and our shadow line. We need another square inside this because we've got the windows. At the moment we've only got the opening. Now here there is stuff happening inside, but I would leave that altogether. It's not really worth it. I would do the shadow line on either side and at the top, just so that you can see that this window is inset. And we can always just put some lines on the side just to give it some kind of a horizon, but otherwise we're done. So there it is, a really nice clean illustration sketch, so you can play around with different types of sketching. You can go nice and loose, or you can bring it back nice and structured, whichever suits you best, but it's always a good idea to be playing around with all sorts. If you've enjoyed this video and you've made it this far, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and share it to somebody else who you think will enjoy it. Remember that the full version is available to members of this channel and on my Patreon. Thank you to everybody who has joined my Patreon or become a member of this channel already. If you're looking to do something a little bit more loose, this video is exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking to hone your skills, here's a video that I recommend you try right now. And until next time, keep it sketchy.